All right, let's look at a retirement strategy for a 50-year-old with $500,000 saved for retirement. He's asking the question, hey, when can I retire? And when can I retire? And what about taxes? And what about claiming Social Security benefits? And what about the market? How should I be invested? That's what we're going to look at today on the Your Financial EKG YouTube channel. We're going to go through a scenario for a 50-year-old with $500,000 saved for retirement, asking the question, when can I retire and am I on track? Because we want to get you to retirement, we want to get you through retirement, and we want to protect your ability to stay in retirement. So when you look at this, we're at $500,000 right now at 50. At 60, he'd have $1.1 million in retirement savings. So let's go to retirement and let's look at this. And you can probably already see it up here a little bit. Basically, in the year 2055, we're out at 83. Okay? He needs a rate of return needed to avoid a shortfall is 6.54%. Now remember, at retirement, we're running this at 4. So we're about 2.5% off what he needs to make this money go to 100. But as a single guy, mortality rates at about 84, 85 for males, maybe we just look at pushing this another 10 years. Okay? So let's look at this. So we're at 60. Here's our distributions. Here's 67 Social Security, the 2,800, which we talked about on the board. And here we are out of money at 83. So this is what I'll talk to Jack about. I'll say, hey Jack, at about 75, 76, your house is worth $486,000. You could do a reverse mortgage at this point if you didn't want to leave the house to the kids. If you were not concerned about legacy with the house, you could do a reverse mortgage. That would put an influx into the plan. Depending on where the real estate market is, you could sell the house and move into a smaller condo or something. Those two things, when I talked to Jack, were not necessarily, it did not get him excited, right? Didn't set his wood on fire. So I said, okay, well, we need to go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to Social Security first. Let's look at taking Social Security at 62. So let's get 70% of your full retirement benefit. I know that's heresy saying that, but let's look at it. What if we took it at 62 with some COLA increases? Here we go, 1960. It's a great year for music. So 1960, he's taking it at 62. Now remember, look at this. If he takes it at 63, 64, 65, 66, he's still going to get an increase. 67 is the full retirement age. In 70s where we're getting 124%. But let's just look at 62 real quick and see what happens. Go back to retirement. Look, we actually gained a year by taking it early. Why is that, Drew? Easy. We took Social Security early, right? So think about it from a bucket standpoint. We have this bucket of money, which is his Social Security. We have this bucket of money, which is his retirement assets. We're using this bucket for income. Well, he's 60. He needs a little bit more income than what the portfolio percentage can deliver. And so the retirement asset is slowly draining. So what we can do is we can start this Social Security bucket and stop the retirement asset bucket. And so now the drain is slower because we're using the 2. It gives him an extra year. It's not a permanent fix, but it is a move in the right direction. So I say, okay, Jack, let's go back to Social Security. We looked at taking it 62, 84. I still don't feel that great about that. Let's see what we can do to get you into the 90s. So let's take Social Security at 67. I said, hey, Jack, why do you want to retire at 60? He says, well, I've been plumbing my entire life. I feel like at that point it would be 40 years. It just feels right. And I said, what if you retired at 60 and then could you work part-time in your job? Could you just work for your current clientele when they clogged up their toilet or their septic tank needed drained? Is that something you can do kind of on a part-time basis? And he said, well, yeah, I could do that part-time. I said, okay, let's look at that. Let's look at you working part-time from 60 to 70, just 10 years, and you only have to unclog toilets when you want to, okay? If you don't want to unclog a toilet, you don't want to mess around with some poop, don't do it, okay? So let's go to cash flows real quick. And let's put in some part-time work. So let's say part-time work. Let's start this when he's 60. So we're gonna start this, let's say March of 2032, or yeah, 2033. And we'll do this until 2043. And let's just get, let's say you make 20, what do you say? You're at 110 now, part-time work. You don't wanna work that hard. Let's say you make $30,000 a year. Okay, so 30,000, divide that by 12, that's $2,500 a month. Okay, $2,500 a month. From 3 of 33 to 43, we'll increase that by just 1% a year. And that's gonna come from your work, and it's gonna go to pay expenses. Okay, so part-time work, unclogging toilets, let's do it. So that's an inflow, 2,500, we're gonna start it there. So let's look at this now. So now, you see this? Here's our part-time work coming in. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna get that for 10 years, okay? $2,500 for 10 years, giving a little bit of a Social Security, or giving it a little of a cost of living increase right there, and now we're out of money at 90. I feel a lot better about that. I feel pretty good about getting us to 90, and look at our rate of return. It's down to 5.72, which means now we have less that we have to earn in the market. And I say, hey Jack, how do you feel about that? I feel pretty good. I say, okay. Let's look at one more thing. Just for me, what if you worked for 2 more years? You didn't retire at 60, you retired at 62. So let's retire you at 62. Okay, Jack, just hang with me. I'm not telling you to work any longer, just hang with me, okay? We're gonna work for 2 more years. That means our part-time work is not gonna start until 2035. We're still gonna do it to 70, so I'm not gonna have you working part-time for 10 years, 62 to 70, just 62 to 70, okay? But we're gonna work for another 2 years, which means we're gonna get another 2 years of this coming in, okay? What does that do? 94. Get you an extra 4 years. What do you think about that, Jack? And that's the conversation we have as we're doing the EKG, as we're going through the financial plan, because it's not necessarily a set it and forget it, Pillsbury dough, sprinkle pixie dust, it's gonna work. This is work that we do together. And if you want a financial EKG, go to the description of this video, get in touch with me, let's put one together for you to get you to retirement, to get you through retirement, and protect your ability to stay in retirement. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.